Hi, my Room 2 crew. Good morning. It's Miss Michelle, and I am so happy to be here with you today. I hope everyone had a nice weekend, and I hope everyone's ready to learn. Are we ready? Yes? How do we always start our day, my Room 2 crew? With a song. That's right. Are we ready? We're going to do hello and how are you? Hello, 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 and how are you? I'm fine, and I hope that you are too. Hello, 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 and how are you? I'm fine, and I hope that you are too. That's right, my friends. I'm doing great this morning because I get to be here with you again. Speaking of friends, I have a song that I'd like to teach you about friends, okay? I wrote it on my little board here. I hope you can see it, and I'm gonna write it bigger this week too so you can see it even better and I can send you a picture. Okay, it says, one little child climbing a tree, playing by herself, but she didn't want to be. So she called for a friend over land and sea. I'm going to call Miss Denise. Come and play with me. And along came Miss Denise and climbed the tree. All right, my friends, so you can put anybody's name that you want in there. I'm gonna sing it one more time. Ready? One little child climbing a tree, playing by herself, but she didn't want to be. So she called for a friend over land and sea. Miss Denise, come and play with me. And along came Miss Denise to climb the tree. All right, I'd love you to sing that song and practice putting your friends' names in there. How does that sound? Fun? Yes? All right, my friends. I always love singing with you. It's one of my favorite things to do. So I'm going to put this down. And then I want you to put your thinking caps on for me. Put them on. Click on your listening ears. And I want to go over what we've been learning about. What have we been learning about? Trees, right? You like Miss Michelle's silly drawings. I wanted to remind you about the parts of a tree that we learned about, okay? So let's start with this very big part here. What is this part of a tree called? That's called the tree trunk. That's right, it is the tree trunk. And what is a tree trunk made of? It's made of wood and bark, right? It's made of wood and tree bark. And what are these long wooden things that come out of the tree? What are these called here? I'll give you a hint. Leaves grow on them. Branches, that's right. So we have the tree trunk. We have the branches of the tree. And what is this part called? These are leaves, right? And what is that? When all the leaves are together at the very top of the tree, what is that called? Do you remember? The crown of the tree, right? Just like people wear crowns on their head, the very top of the tree is called the crown. And here's a bonus question. Are you ready? Put on those listening ears. Underneath the ground where we can't see, what is growing? What are these that make the tree nice and strong? Do you remember that word? It starts with an R. Roots. That's right. Those are the roots of a tree. Yep. All right, I'm going to put this down. Now, we've talked about two different types of trees. Miss Michelle sent you pictures of them. And I showed you a picture of this tree, right? Do you remember seeing a picture of this tree? Do you remember? This is called an evergreen tree. Yes, can you say evergreen tree? Do you remember? There's all different types of evergreen trees. I'm going to send you some more pictures. But the evergreen tree stays green all year round. That means it never, ever, ever loses its leaves. Okay, so lock that in your brain, the evergreen tree. So today, I have a question that I want to ask you. I ask you a question all the time, don't I? All right, before I write my question, what do I need to do? I need to think. That's right. We think before we write. We think before we write. We think before we write. Yes. Well, I thought about my question, and I know know what I want to ask you. So where do I start writing? Do I start writing in the middle? Do I start on the bottom? Where do I start my question? Yes, on the left. Now, I want to know, have you ever seen, oh, I have no more room. What do? I go down and to the left. Have you ever seen a tree like this? How do I always end my question? With a question mark. Have you ever seen a tree like this? What do you notice about this tree? There's no leaves on this tree, right? Do you remember the big word that we learned for a tree that loses its leaves? A deciduous tree. Can you say that with me? Deciduous tree. So I want to know, have you ever seen a tree like this? All right, my friends. So think about that. Have you ever seen a deciduous tree? A tree that loses its leaves? Think about that question, and I would love to know your answer. And I would love to know where you saw the tree. All right? And think back on some of the other trees that you've seen and think about them. You can think about them if they were evergreens or if they were deciduous and how you knew what they were. All right, my friends, I can't wait for your answers. I hope you have a great day. Miss Michelle sending you a big, big hug. I'll see you soon, my Room 2 crew. Bye, boys and girls.